Scorpio, Sun, Aries, Moons. Welcome to your 2020 Sun Moon reading. When you view it is when you're meant to see it. It doesn't matter the time of year. I'm doing these in order of requests in the comments. Make sure you put yours up. While you're waiting for yours to get done, check out my 2019 Sun Moon readings that are still in my playlist. See if they rang true for you. First portion of this reading, we'll go over the traits of your Sun Moon combination. The second portion, I'll lay out the main cards. So we'll take a quick look at your 2020. Sorry about that. Second portion will be the link below to the video reading where I have a deeper interpretation of the cards with clarifiers. I'll be dividing the year up into 4 separate sectors. So let's see what's going on with a Scorpio Sun, Aries Moons. You all have constant faith in yourself. And it doesn't matter how many times you're set back. You still you believe in yourselves, okay? Great, now I'm choking. Excuse me. People always respect you because you have self-respect. You have confidence. You're very purposeful. You have a lot of strength. You're very intelligent. You always have a goal in mind, and when you do have a goal in mind, you're very focused upon achieving it. You tend to have an aggressive viewpoint, be a little bit egocentric. You always look out for yourselves first. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You can be the type of person that has many friends, but you do like to walk a path alone. A little bit of a loner. People will characterize you as. You're spiritual. You're resourceful. You have a leadership ability, but you're only going to be able to lead people if you realize that other people have opinions that need to be heard and factor those in instead of kind of shutting people out and being like, no, thank you. Material success is very important to you. Here's in 2020 what you should work on. Instead of blowing up, losing your temper, or sulking, or anything negative like that, just try to chill for a second and relax. Look at the problem, take some distance, look at the problem and see if there is another way to kind of deal with it, okay? Change things up a little bit. Try to have a more open mind. Try to have a more tolerant attitude about everything in general. Careers that you're predispositioned to do would be anything managerial, leading people, administration, anything in commerce. Scorpio Aries can go one of two ways. On the one side, you can be very spiritual, very kind, very compassionate. And then on the other side, you can be just all about yourself, caring about enriching what's going on with you and material acquisitions and wanting a lot of power. Okay, so it's one or the other. Both sides actually have a lot of willpower and a lot of courage to build a path to your success. Bigotry and extreme pride, conceit, impatience can stand in your way, can warp how you look at things. Compromise with you is difficult. Admit it. You're a little bit obstinate. You only like to be your own boss. When you run into somebody disagreeing what you have to say or your opinion or any facet of life, you get really pissed off, okay? You get offended. You take it very, very personally. You need to be flexible sometimes, and you need to realize that you need to work with others and cooperate with others, okay? So there's some stuff to work on in 2020. Let's see what's going on in your 2020. Holy Spirit, Angels, Divine Guides, Universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Scorpio Sun, Aries Moons for the year 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages that you have would be greatly appreciated to help them reach your higher ground, become closer to universe and closer to divine for their greater good. What do you see? Or what do they need to know? Any messages, please? 2020, Scorpio Sun, Aries Moons. What do you see for January, February, March? Scorpio Sun, Aries Moons. We have the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Ruh-roh. Keep in mind, if this resonates, consider personal reading. Just send me an email. We can make that happen. 8 of Cups in reverse for April, May, June. Check me out ask me a question on Instago. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Insta. 3 of Wands in the upright for July, August, September. And then if you could like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the donation link below. Greatly appreciated. October, November, December brings the King of Wands in reverse. All right. I don't like January, February, March because it starts off, this is some kind of hardship. You're going to go through some sort of test that's really going to kind of put you through the ringer. It could be emotionally, it could be financially. Five of Pentacles is kind of being left out in the cold with nothing but the clothes on your back and having to figure out what you're going to do, you know? So, I mean, it's going to be a trying time. I was thinking of something else in regards to that. I just noticed this guy has mismatched socks. Everyone look down at your feet. Do you have mismatched socks? I've never noticed that in this card before. And I don't even know what that would... Like, I didn't even get anything from that. I just focused in on these socks that are mismatched. I always thought it was a cast, but I don't know. They look like socks. Okay, sorry. Moving on. So I think it's going to be a very difficult time for you during this period of time. So, I mean, I would hunker down. Some of you could suffer poverty, a job loss of some sort. You could be feeling very lonely. Your relationship could have a really huge set of challenges to it. So, I mean, I would put your head down and kind of push through that. And the clarifiers in the video reading will kind of tell us more in regards to that. So we have the Eight of Cups in April, May, June. You returning back to something that you should have left behind. I hope it's not whatever this is, okay? But you're going back. A lot of times the Eight of Cups can be, you didn't get the answers you wanted. You didn't get the closure that you wanted. You can go back because maybe you've gone out, you've kind of seen what was out there and the grass wasn't greener. You didn't think it was greener, so you return back. It can be about returning back home. You know, just out of confusion or not thinking that there's better options out there, or just out of fear. Sometimes it's fear of intimacy or fear of the unknown, so you just keep on going back to something. I don't necessarily think it's a very positive card. It's a cycle that I think most people should try to kind of break out of. Break out of it, I feel like you do, or you start to, because in July, August, September, I see you looking at what's out there. So with the Three of Wands, surveying the landscape, seeing, you know, thinking about possibilities, ways to do other things, ways to have more opportunities. You're kind of expanding your viewpoint, how you look at things, thinking in a bigger fashion. But again, the Three of Wands is not a card of action. It's just kind of looking at what's out there and considering some possibilities and, you know, having a process about, okay, how can I kind of get this stuff to come to me? How can things be different? Those sort of things. Now, from this King of Wands here in reversed, I'm feeling like, and this is October, November, December, I feel like a majority of you are feeling you're not going to achieve for some reason. That's what's holding you back. That's what's preventing you from exploring this stuff or considering other things. I think that's what caused you to return back here. And it could go all the way back to January, February, March, where whatever you went through was so difficult that it ends up impacting you during the year, and you don't feel very action oriented, or you don't feel like doing anything because you're worried you're going to fail. You're worried it's going to be another struggle. You're worried you're not going to achieve. And that's what I'm getting from the King of Wands here. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a little bit problematic in 2020. My advice would be, you know, start working on now, if this resonates, how you can kind of overcome this stuff. Because I always say, you know, hope for the best, plan for the worst, and exercise your free will. If any of this seems like something that is likely to happen in 2020, what can you kind of do to turn it around and sort of figure it out? One of the things you can do is get a personal reading from me. Just send me an email and we can make that happen. You can click on the Vimeo link below, which will take you to the clarifying portion of this reading. Check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings on my playlist. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below. Otherwise, good luck to you in regards to this for 2020. Bye from Veronica Garnett.